Show kicking off this Sunday at 8 p.m. where we will be looking at the different municipalities across the country in our new show, Service Delivery Gauge, speaking to the people on the ground to gauge how you rate your municipality. So really looking forward to it and your engagement as well. Well, back to the business of the day right now. Our trending topics this morning. First up, hashtag Rosemary Ndlovo. Now, this is a case currently underway, and Rosemary Ndlovo in picture there. She, of course, a former police officer accused of killing at least 6 people, 5 relatives and a lover. So that case is ongoing currently, and she, of course, started on day one, lots of antics posing for the camera, and yesterday lots of sadness and crying and breaking down while on the witness stand. And this is a particular harrowing case, because Rosemary Ndlovo is alleged to have claimed around 1,500 from insurance claims as a result of the death of 1 million. Or did I say 1,000? 1.5 million is what I meant to say, in claims from insurance companies as she claimed on the deaths of these people. And how she was caught out was she had planned to have her sister murdered. But then the person, the alleged hitman, then decided to inform the police, and she was caught in an undercover sting where she thought she was speaking to the hitman that the undercover police officer was posing as, and he records this conversation between them as they are driving from Gauteng to Mpumalanga to Bushbuck Ridge from Kempton Park, because she talks about how she suggests the hit is actually carried out. So she says, for example, on this recording, we shouldn't use knives or a gun, because if people die in that way, then usually there's an investigation that takes a while. So she buys the petrol en route to Bushbuck Ridge, where she's going to show the hitman where her sister lives, and she suggests that he burns the house down. And the sister has 5 children, and she says, well, unfortunately, they will have to die as well, as collateral damage, as it were. And of course, she had booked herself into a hospital and then books herself out on a day pass, goes on this trip with the hitman to Bushbuck Ridge, and is taking a taxi back so that she can check back into the hospital, because that would be her alibi. So this is the extent of the deception that is being perpetrated by Rosemary Ndlovo as she now stands trial for the alleged murder of at least 6 people, 5 family members, and of course someone that she was romantically involved with. And this is sitting, I think it's at the Palm Ridge Magistrates Court on the East Rand. So that's why Rosemary Ndlovo is trending. Then moving on to Pule Mabe. Now, a press briefing yesterday, and lots of questions, as you would imagine, stinging questions about what's happening in the African National Congress at the moment. Spokesperson of the ANC, Pule Mabe, then, as the Twitterati say, had a veritable breakdown. Let's play you that and you can make up your own mind. We don't have it. Apologies. And but basically this is something that went down at a press conference where questions were asked about Carl Niehaus and his dismissal from Luthuli House. And Pule, for example, goes on to say, well, people who work at Luthuli House, are there, they're working. Carl, out there doing who knows what. But yeah, if you have the opportunity, go onto Twitter, you will find that particular clip there. And of course, Pule Mabe is trending as a result of that. And then, of course, Champions League action, and we showed you some of that. Liverpool coming back from behind against AC Milan to win 3-2 at Anfield yesterday. So these are some of the goals that came in there, and that's why Liverpool trending and people just gushing about their performance yesterday, coming back from what was the score? Was it 2-1? 2-1, and then they went on to win it 3-2. I was actually watching this like in the background while I was watching something else as well. So yeah, Jordan Henderson with the winner there for Liverpool. And of course, Club Brugge, and they of course held PSG to 1-1 draw. And the reason they are training, of course, is because remember, you have Lionel Messi, who went to PSG. So Messi, Neymar, Mbappe, and people were talking about how they could not basically hold off Club Brugge in that Champions League encounter last night. So this is why that's trending, and lots of other names and, of course, clubs trending as well. Right, that takes care of your trending topics. Let's take a look at your question of the day. This morning, as SABC News has a focus on housing, we're asking you, how do you think the government has fared in its housing provision since the advent of democracy? Now, according to the Department of Human Settlements, close to 3.3 million houses or units have been built since 1994 until 2018. And then, of course, there are a few other stats as well to take a look at. For example, the Stats SA 2017 General Household Survey that found that 2.2 million households live in makeshift structures that are not erected according to approved architectural plans, which are, for example, houses, rather shacks and shanties in informal settlements or backyards. So we're asking you this morning, what do you make of government's provision of houses since the advent of democracy? Let us know at Morning Live SABC, and that's our focus this morning on the show. All right, let's get a break in before we get on with the business of the day.